Hey, been a while since I've done a dream log, so I'm just gonna keep this quick and short. Went from a school ground setting to where I was being referred to as like Rose or something, to then waking up, getting some water, and going back to sleep. And that eventually slid into a backrooms type deal where I was just chilling, hanging out with a few people. And then the ominous noises start, and the doubles or alternates of people we knew started trying to hunt us down. Considering I was a small critter-sized creature, I did my best to avoid attention, failed, went scurrying around a whole bunch, and then after the first round had passed, I hid in the same spot for some reason. But this time, the second group of people, because it was weird. The first group was clear in their objective and goals, but the second group didn't act like regular. Well, I forgot that I was in call. Blah blah blah. Gonna be finishing this recording, then I will be back, okay?
I'll be back.
Okay. Wow. Anyways, as I was saying, first group of alternates and or just like mirror people completely focused on their goals and not really any wiggle room or negotiation or friendliness. Second group, for some reason, not so much. Oh, they even had a cat. And eventually it just kind of started hanging out with that group, only for both groups to meet up and for like all four different teams of the same people to interact with each other and take notice of how their personalities and attributes both overlapped and yet were different. While they were all doing that, I kind of decided to hitch a ride on some zip rail line thing that was embedded in the walls and ceiling of the place. Got to the end point and it's just like, okay, that looks like a trap. Let's hope they don't go there. Detach the vine from the rail thing, only to head back in the other direction and realize, ah shit, they're going in that direction. So eventually I just watched as all of those fucking alternate people kind of just end up trapped in this little circle area. And it's like my view shifts perspectives to where I'm now some kind of robot creature that can arch forward and expel heat to destroy other little robot creatures that maintain the barrier and trick others into fucking walking towards that capture point where they end up captured instead of actually capturing the point, ironically enough. And yeah, no, that eventually works out to some degree. I shift perspectives to someone else and they get captured, but not in the same way. It was fucking that rail line guiding system and whatnot. Both a method of transportation, but also when you get close to those capture points, a trap. Because your ability to jump off of the rail and or transfer system becomes disabled when you're closer to those points. It's kind of interesting as a design mechanic, game design mechanic. But anyways, everyone ends up captured in different ways, and they're put to a test kind of thing where they have to build little mechanisms, machines, and otherwise that can both collect parts and then reuse said parts to build their own path back. Whole bunch of banter, whole bunch of, oh, we have Legos now, and axles and whatnot. Eventually, there's conversation between the perspective I'm inhabiting and some other person who seems to be really, really fucking smart. And both that perspective and that other person get to collaborating on a machine slash mechanism. One version of a build that allows for a whole bunch of momentum based movement without much energy input. But it looks like it's not working, so I go over to grab parts and upgrade the mechanism a bit more. And then on my way back, I get fucking attacked by bullshit. So I'm then fighting on my way back, trying to get rid of these fucking security robots that are just being absolute pains in the ass. Only to end up returning to said point, still fighting the motherfuckers, only for one of those fucking security robot guards to end up uploading itself into the frickin' ominous bigger robot looking thing that was standing in the background of the whole area where the challenge contestants of those who were trapped were kind of just, occupying, kind of just watching to see how things turn out. Yeah, no, I end up breaking off 2 pieces of its head to use as weapons, defeat that, only to end up getting chased by other fuckers. And it just slowly transitions during that chase into my perspective running around with 2 sort of blade-like energy implements. One moment. Nope. Yes, but no, because next section is longer. Then there was that. And then another one. Opposite. Mm. 60. So fucking ominous robot motherfucker. Security guard, absolute unit of death. No. Eh. So there's that thing. I steal fucking one of these off the top of its head. Hmm. Yes, but no. Two of these things. Hmm. Now, was the energy of the thing coming out like this? Or was it the other direction? Hmm. Hmm. Then again, it didn't really matter. No, it did in the dream. It did matter in the dream, the orientation of these damn things. Yeah, no, because then the energy. Okay, so held from the back, like so. Well, yes, but no. Yeah, okay. Well, yes, but no. The grip wasn't actually like that. It was more of that. Yeah. Really interesting how dreams work. Ah, there we go. Slice chop. Angle it just right and it becomes a fucking energy skateboard. And or thruster. Oh. You take what you can get. Take what you can get. I'll take what I can get. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, mm. There we go. Now I can overlay that to there. Fucking slicey. Slice. Actually, wait, that would be a good way of showing the hold better. It's really basic for an energy blade, but at the same time, it still looks kind of cool. You got your grip, yeah. Grip is in the right position. Delete that. Grab this. Now, would I want to do it like this? Kind of, but not really. It's weird. Yes, but no. Hmm. Hmm. Mm. Fucking yeah, yeah. That just looks fucking cool. Mm. It gets the idea across. But yeah, no, I picked up these like two different conduit uses, and turns out they can be used as a key for controlling things. In that tech-ridden world. Evaded, attacked, kept fighting for a little while, then someone dropped by, helped me evade capture, took out any of the spying drones following me. We launched out of the giant fucking planet of orbiting technology, of which there were two, and each of them was shaped like an eyeball. And apparently those two giant orbs could communicate to one another. But anyways, we ended up heading the ground or surface layer of the planet, and finding out that we could use these to take control of admin privileges for a system in order to try and reorganize the world in the way we wanted. However, that did not work out, that kind of didn't work out slash backfired, because it turns out in their previous configuration, there was just a stable orb of energy. In this configuration, detached from any controlling mechanisms or whatnot, it turns out these were two different pieces, one from each orb, and of like the core energy, the code or data, or it's it fragments of the core basically, and when merged together like that, each on their own was like what 34% power, but when merged together like that, they equaled the power of an original core, but there was because they were two different pieces, there was data corruption and or instability along the way, which was messing with the core of the planet, whole system. So yeah, that was we were left waiting on a secure area, trying to figure out how the fuck to resolve that. Ironically enough, the stuff down on the surface of the planet was in better condition than the stuff up in the two giant space orbs. Mm-hmm. Alright, there's that. You then grab a yellow. Reference that point. Fill it in. Oh yes, but no. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Stubborn brain, please stop. I want to get this done sooner rather than later, and that doesn't mean rushing it. That means taking my time to make these individual edits that I can then just use Control Z on if I make a mistake. Hmm. So as to get this idea through. Hmm. Oh. But. Blah 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Now we go over to layer 2. And no, darker red. Hmm. Dream logic never makes full sense, but that's okay. Doesn't have to. Mm. 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 Broken off of. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Mm. Mhm. Hmm. Hmm. Different. Different core cipher fragments. So, yeah, I just stole these from my dream. Same energy and mostly the same energy and cipher outputs, but just enough at the tail end to cause some data corruption. All right. All right. Glad to have got this stream log done. I'll see you all later. Bye.